All right, SF Driver here. I've got a special treat for you guys. I'm going to show you how I work from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., roughly 4 hours. Lately, since my one of my last videos where I showed my January totals, got a lot of feedback. Got a lot of feedback, and some, most of it was about where's your online time versus your active time. You know, your time starts from when you turn on the app till you turn it off. It's like I'm not counting my total online time, which in my market, it's busier than most. To put it out, it's not a rural market, San Francisco. So so I decided that Tuesday 7 a.m. till 11 a.m. I'm going to show you the trips that's coming in, what I accept, and what I decline. Okay, to kind of give people an idea of how the trips come in San Francisco. I mean, you have great days, you have average days, you have slow days, but let's go to the video. Okay, so I'll just show you. I'll do some commentary, some why I declined this, why I didn't accept this one. Okay, so here we go. Over here, it's 6:51 a.m. San Francisco time. I'm about to hit the road. Hopefully it'll be busy. It's Tuesday, normally busy. The busy times nowadays here for me is Tuesday to Thursday morning. I work 3 hours, maybe 4. Take the afternoon and do other things, and then come back later around 4 p.m. So let me do a screen recording, show you how my trips come in, what I accept, what I decline. I'm doing Lyft and Uber. All right. Just getting my apps turned on. 6:53 a.m. Turning, that's what I do. Turn on both Uber and Lyft. Start off with both of them on. All right, 6:53 a.m. For this, I use my iPhone, and usually I do have a Samsung Fold that I use, and but I just don't have the setup to the cell phone mount in my car, so it's hard to do that. So we're gonna use my iPhone and just switch between Lyft and Uber. It's a little bit more work. I mean, if you have the Samsung Fold, it's right there, one app side by side, and you can see them both. But like I said, I don't have the proper mount for that. There you go, just checking out my app. It's Tuesday, Monday I was off, so this is my first day of the work week. It's Tuesday. As you can see from the map, from the pin, I'm slowly driving. This is my route. When I leave my area, I'll head up from San Francisco. This is Evans. Make a right on 3rd and shoot up 3rd Street. 3rd Street is pretty much north and south. It takes you to downtown. You'll run through the Chase Center, the Uber headquarters. Okay, it runs right through there. So lately, I've been getting a lot of feedback from that last video. So I figure, what? It's been a minute since I did one of these drives, so maybe I should do this regularly. What about every Tuesday? And just show them here, see how things are done in my market. So pretty much, some people seem kind of heated in the comments that hey, you're not showing your total online time. I mean, with Lyft, they took that away, and really with what I'm doing, as you can see, both apps are on, Uber and Lyft at the same time. So they're both running online time in the background, and
So what if I turn one off, I take a trip from Uber, then I'll turn off Lyft. So, you're running both. It's kind of hard to justify the time. Like I mentioned before, this past week, I put in about 25 hours of active time, and I probably have a total of online time of about 30, 31. And a lot of things do happen when uh, when we're working. And one of the things I hate is you accept the trip, you drive to the passenger, you spend 5 minutes, around maybe 5 minutes, sometimes 6, 7 minutes because one-way streets. You pull up there, the passenger's not even ready. And the thing is, in San Francisco, if you're in the downtown areas, okay, you're illegally parked automatically. Okay, I've gotten tickets waiting just a few minutes, less than a minute. Passengers getting in my car, getting in the car. And there's a meter maid giving me a ticket, okay, while the passenger's getting inside the car. That's not fair. So oftentimes, if I pull up, um, I'll just look at the area. I'm like, nope, not today. I'm not getting a ticket. Cancel. Take off. With Uber, we can simply just mark can't find the passenger, or can't, or look down in the menus, or I don't want to wait. Lyft, however, they penalize us for that. There's no way to explain. Unlike Uber, you can't explain to Lyft in their menus that I'm illegally parked, can't find the passenger. That puts us in a situation. So with Lyft, when you cancel, it just affects your cancellation rate. And eventually they say they can deactivate you. But fortunately, I don't have to really cancel too many rides with Lyft. The main reason is passengers not ready. Why should I wait, illegally parked, double parked, get a chance of getting a ticket, to pick them up? Sometimes you just can't wait, just have to take off and keep it going. So we waste our time. And sometimes in a day, that can happen 3 times, 5 times a day. Some days, Lyft, for example, I've had 3 in a row have to cancel. Driving to them, they're not there, got to cancel, keep going. Again, cancel, cancel. I had one a few weeks ago. I thought about making a video about it, but I just said, no, I'm not worried about it. But I had like maybe 5 or 6 cancels because they're just not there. And Lyft put me on timeout. They put me on it was like a 24-minute timeout, okay, because I've canceled too many rides. I'm like, do you know why I canceled? Do they don't even ask why I had to cancel, but that's how it is. All right, so it's 6:59 a.m. Still haven't received an offer, but the market will start to pick up. Pretty much, it's like the city just wakes up past 7 a.m. That's how the market is right now in San Francisco. As you can see, but I'm slowly making my way up to, let's see, this is 3rd Street. Um, from the map, oh, look at this. I'm not going to accept this. This is a decent trip, but I avoid that area. We call that area East Bay. We have to cross the Bay Bridge to get there, and then it's just you can't predict the traffic there. Most often, it's a lot of traffic, so it's unpredictable. Okay. Check that trip out. That's a good trip too, San Jose. But I was like, no, no, I want to stay closer to SF, maybe towards the airport. That's about it. So I didn't accept it. Declined that trip too. All right, here we go. 7-Eleven, 7 a.m. I'm gonna take that trip. comfort trip, take me south. Okay. So I put 4 hours. Okay, so pretty much 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. So I just in between in between the rides when I pick them up, drop them off, I'm just condensing it or just cutting them out to save on time. I'm not going to do a 4 hour commentary. So this whole video is about 23, 24 minutes. You know. Just dropped off that passenger, $26, not bad. Um, that was less than 30 minutes of work, and he tipped me. So that's averages like $60 per hour right there. That's look at that, $32.79, 27 minutes of work. Yeah, that would have been a good trip. Less than a mile, $7. One reason why that previous trip that was $50, Uber going to San Jose. One of the reasons I didn't take it. Sometimes when you head over there, it's not busy. So what would happen sometimes? It's a gamble. You go that far south, they may not keep me busy at all, and I'll have to drive back towards San Francisco empty. So it's a lot of dead time. I didn't want to risk it. So my choices are, I'm going to take Lyft because it's going to bring me back to San Francisco. That was a good Uber trip, but since choosing both, I'm like, the Lyft trip would be better because it's taking me back to my market where it's busier. Okay, so turned off Uber, do Lyft. Pick up this passenger here. Look at that. And then it worked out. I'm getting another add-on, Comfort, that's going downtown. Okay. So with the first trip number one, took me down to like South San Francisco. The second trip took me to the Mission Bay area of San Francisco, and the third trip taking me to downtown. So I'm not losing a lot of time. If I took that trip to San Jose, it would put me in a bind of maybe driving back a good 30 minutes empty. But I've also been down to that area in the morning where it kept me busy there for a good few hours and made it back to San Francisco with passengers. But sometimes you just never know. Okay, drop this passenger off. Declined. It's 8:27. Turned on the Uber app because there's a $2 boost or add-on per ride. Surging with Lyft, so I'll turn that on too just in case I get a decent trip. There you go, $2.50 boost. Look at that, electric. Comfort electric. There, right, snatch that up. An interesting thing about this is 8:28. Okay, 8:28. Turn off Uber. There's something going on downtown where I had a lot of traffic lights that were down. So traffic lights were down, so that caused some traffic. They shut down streets to, I guess, repair them or do whatever. And as you can see here, dropping this passenger off, I'm not going to lose too much time because I'm going to get another one right after this. So it's 8:53. All right, drop the passenger off. Okay. Getting another one right away. Good trip. Pick it up. I don't have to call anyone, just right there, right at the curb, ready to go. Those are the best passengers when they're out there waiting for you. Pick them up and go. So we're 2 hours into this morning shift of mine. Okay. All right. So with this one, I already had a passenger in queue before I dropped off the last one. Pick her up. Also, in this 4 hours that I worked, I didn't have to cancel, which is surprising. Not even once. So that's $70 already, pretty much, in 2.5 hours with Uber, and I did some with Lyft. So at this time, I already have pretty much 70 plus 24. That's what 110ish. Okay. $94 about. So it's about 70 with Uber, 24 with Lyft, about $94. One thing this doesn't show is one of the trips, I only did 2 trips with Lyft this morning. Passenger tips me $3 later on, so that's really 27. Out of all the trips that I did, here, so let's do this one. Okay, I'll take that one because it's getting late in the morning, 9:30. I'm like, I may not get a better offer, so I'm gambling that, so that'll take me south and maybe have more trips down that way. So as you can see here, it's a 30-mile trip, 50 minutes. There's a lot of traffic. From the rain, the Freeway 101 by us right there, the left lanes were cloned off because there's still water buildup there. I mean, for 50 minutes of work, $32. It's still decent. It's pretty much $1 per mile. So, and it's taking me to this area because later this is where I can charge my car, and I took my car to the car wash also by being in that area. All right, so it's 10:24. Okay. So at this point, I'm at roughly 125, 126. Okay, 3.5 hours in. So with this, 2 to 3 minutes went by before I got this ping. So there's not much downtime right there. Yeah, turn off Lyft. And in this instance, passenger was already ready, outside waiting. Gotta love that. I mean, it doesn't always happen, but the trip that took me down this way, the 50-minute drive, at least it put me in an area where I was gonna, could charge my car and then wash it at the same time and then drive home. All right, this is the last passenger for the morning. Drop him off. And with this at the end, I'll show you the numbers. Show you how much I made in 4 hours. $11 on the dot. So 121 with Uber, plus 24 with Lyft. That was actually 27 with the tip. So you're looking at 148, just under 150 in 4 hours. And as you can see, I didn't have a lot of downtime. Uh, you know, in this morning, didn't have a lot of downtime at all. So So that's it. That's my quick 4-hour tour of how I did things. And people always comment. Different markets are different. Each market's different, but here, this is how I operate. Not too much downtime. People are saying, you're not counting your online time to your active time. Well, here you go. Show it right here. Okay. All right. Maybe if people like this, maybe I could do this every week. What do you think? Every Tuesday? Just let me know. Let me know in comments if you guys like this type of stuff, and get some feedback. Okay.